意思还不明白吗？今日我把话放在这儿，
能够助他破而后立。去吧。
这里便是迦南。
As we know, Hanmi Sheng, the master of the Hall of Souls, had already once fallen at Xiao Yan's hands. However, Hun Tiandi had no intention of losing such a valuable subordinate. With the help of the Nihility devouring flame and the power of the source, an entirely new body was forged for him. One far stronger, far more resilient, and significantly more powerful than the one he had possessed before. But along with this new body came his final chance. Hun Tiandi personally entrusted him with the most important mission imaginable. If he failed this time, there would be no mercy waiting for him. No one would grant him a second resurrection. This would truly be his last opportunity. His mission was simple yet absolute. No matter the cost, he had to find Xiao Yan and seize the fragment of the ancient Emperor Tu Shi Jade that Xiao Yan possessed. Which naturally raises an intriguing question. What would happen when these two sworn enemies met once again? Hanmi Sheng had become vastly stronger than before. His new body had been created personally by the Nihility devouring flame itself, and his hatred toward Xiao Yan had reached its absolute peak. Would even the current Xiao Yan be capable of dealing with such a terrifying opponent? But there was another interesting detail. Xiao Yan had absolutely no idea that the Master of the Hall of Souls had been resurrected. He firmly believed that he had destroyed Hanmi Sheng completely the last time they fought. Because of that, imagining Xiao Yan's reaction when he unexpectedly saw him alive again is genuinely fascinating. Be sure to watch until the very end of the video, and if you enjoy this content, don't forget to support it with a like before we continue. So, the second meeting between Xiao Yan and Hanmi Sheng took place shortly after Xiao Yan exchanged his father, Xiao Zhan, for the fragment of the ancient Emperor Tu Shi Jade that belonged to him. It was a meeting that would ultimately determine the fate of the entire Do Qi continent. The Hun clan personally dispatched Hun Tiandi, the Nihility devouring flame, and nearly all of the clan's strongest elites. Dozens of peak experts gathered on the battlefield, creating one of the greatest confrontations the continent had ever witnessed. Standing against them were Gu Yuan, the strongest members of the Gu clan, Lei Ying, the chief of the Lei clan, Yan Jin, the chief of the Yan clan, and the Heavenly Mansion Alliance led by Xiao Yan. By this point, Xiao Yan's cultivation had already reached the level of a mid-6-star saint. Formally speaking, his cultivation was still slightly below Hanmi Sheng's. But only on paper. In reality, Xiao Yan's true combat strength had already reached an entirely different level. During the fierce battle, a simple wave of his sleeve unleashed a violent storm that instantly turned a 3-star saint into a cloud of blood. Then, with a single movement of his palm, he completely erased the expert's remaining soul, leaving absolutely no chance of survival or future resurrection. It was precisely at that moment that a strange fluctuation suddenly appeared behind Xiao Yan. Dense black flames surged out of the void. In an instant, they transformed into dozens of razor-sharp black spears that simultaneously shot toward Xiao Yan's head from every direction, completely sealing off his escape routes. Yet something unbelievable happened. Before the spears could even come within a few centimeters of their target, they seemed to collide with an invisible wall. A deafening metallic clang echoed across the battlefield as every single spear shattered and scattered in all directions. It was as though an unseen defensive barrier surrounded Xiao Yan's body at all times. The person responsible for this sudden ambush was none other than the resurrected Hanmi Sheng. Even Xiao Yan was briefly surprised. "Hanmi Sheng, you're actually still alive." He slowly turned around and looked at the man completely enveloped in black flames. Although his appearance could no longer be seen beneath the burning darkness, Xiao Yan's spiritual strength immediately recognized the aura before him. Standing there was indeed the master of the Hall of Souls. The very same Hanmi Sheng whom Xiao Yan had personally killed with his own hands. Hanmi Sheng let out a furious roar. "Xiao Yan, did you really think it would be so easy to destroy me? Lord Nihility personally forged a new body for me using his own essence. I am nothing like the man I used to be. Today, I will make you repay every humiliation you ever inflicted upon me." The black flame surrounding him erupted violently into the sky, revealing a pair of crimson eyes overflowing with endless hatred and murderous intent. Yet instead of concern, only a cold smile appeared on Xiao Yan's face. He was not afraid of the current Hanmi Sheng. Not in the slightest. If he had been able to kill him once, then he could certainly kill him again. The next instant, Hanmi Sheng suddenly swung his arm. "Hand over your life." The black flames instantly transformed into a gigantic chain that shot straight toward Xiao Yan's throat like a bolt of black lightning. However, Xiao Yan did not move even the slightest bit. He made no attempt to dodge. He made no attempt to defend himself. He did not even circulate his dou qi. Instead, he calmly uttered a single word. "Shatter." The instant that single word left Xiao Yan's lips, the surrounding space trembled. An invisible wave of divine spiritual strength burst forth from his body and spread across the battlefield with astonishing speed. The enormous black chain instantly distorted, cracked apart, and completely disintegrated, as though it had never existed in the first place. This was the power of a divine state soul. Before such overwhelming spiritual strength, even an ordinary 8-star saint would be almost completely powerless. Although the Nihility devouring flame had paid an enormous price to forge Hanmi Sheng's new body, his true cultivation had merely risen to the level of a mid-7-star saint. Compared with the current Xiao Yan, the gap between them had become unimaginably vast. After that brief exchange, Hanmi Sheng immediately realized one terrifying truth. He could not win. Not even the slightest chance existed. The confidence he had shown only moments earlier vanished almost instantly. His expression changed dramatically. Only one thought remained in his mind: run. No matter how much he hated Xiao Yan, he clearly understood that continuing this battle would lead to only one outcome: death. Without the slightest hesitation, he turned around and fled at full speed. But Xiao Yan merely watched him calmly. "This time, you won't escape." He slowly extended one hand. The surrounding space instantly twisted. In the very next moment, Xiao Yan had already appeared directly behind the fleeing Hanmi Sheng, as though he had become a ghost capable of moving through space itself. He slowly raised a single finger. A light touch. His finger effortlessly pierced through the layer of black flames surrounding Hanmi Sheng's body. At that exact moment, Xiao Yan completely released the full power of his divine state soul. What happened next shocked every expert watching the battle. Hanmi Sheng's body suddenly froze in place. The black flames surrounding him instantly dispersed. Only a dried, lifeless figure remained standing before everyone's eyes. There was not a single visible wound anywhere on his body. Yet all light had vanished from his eyes. With nothing more than a single touch, Xiao Yan completely annihilated his soul. No dou technique, no dou qi, no purifying demonic lotus flame, only the terrifying power of his divine state soul. Xiao Yan glanced at his own finger before calmly saying, "So, this is the power of a divine state soul." It was this incredible power that he had obtained through Xiao Xian's inheritance within the heavenly tomb, something we discussed in detail in previous videos. Looking back, Hanmi Sheng had crossed paths with Xiao Yan twice. The first time, Xiao Yan destroyed his physical body, but his soul was rescued, allowing him to be resurrected later. The second time, Hanmi Sheng believed that his newly forged body and his cultivation as a mid-7-star saint would finally allow him to take revenge. Reality, however, proved far more cruel. This time, Xiao Yan did not merely destroy his body. He completely erased his soul, forever, leaving absolutely no possibility of resurrection. Not even the slightest chance remained. Even after eliminating such a dangerous enemy, Xiao Yan did not waste another glance on him. An opponent of this level no longer posed any real threat to him. After advancing his soul to the divine state, Xiao Yan could now look down upon almost every expert up to the level of an 8-star saint. Only true giants at the level of a 9-star saint could still present him with genuine danger. And this was despite the fact that Xiao Yan himself was only a mid-6-star saint. That fact alone demonstrated just how unbelievably powerful his true combat strength had become. Casting one final indifferent glance at Hanmi Sheng's lifeless body, Xiao Yan casually waved his hand, reducing it to dust once and for all. Afterward, his gaze once again swept across the enormous battlefield. For the first time in his life, he was participating in a war of such unimaginable scale. Even Xiao Yan himself was astonished by the terrifying strength of the Han clan. Despite the combined forces of the three ancient clans and the Heavenly Mansion Alliance, the strength of both sides still remained almost perfectly balanced. Xiao Yan slowly raised his head toward the sky. Within the thick black clouds, more and more Hun clan experts continuously emerged before disappearing once again into the darkness. Ordinary saints no longer attracted Xiao Yan's attention. However, deep within that endless sea of black mist, he sensed several terrifying auras that instinctively made even him become cautious. Had his soul not already reached the divine state, he would never have detected their existence. At that moment, Xiao Yan finally realized one important truth. The Hun clan had still not revealed its true strength. The most terrifying part of this war had yet to begin. If this battle continues at this pace, today's outcome will likely be far more difficult than anyone expected. A sharp light flashed across Xiao Yan's eyes. He abruptly turned toward the northern side of the battlefield. There, the dense black mist churned violently like a raging sea. One terrifying aura after another continued to rise from within it, each one more oppressive than the last. Judging by those overwhelming presences, the strongest experts of the Hun clan had all gathered there. That was where the next decisive battle would soon unfold. Those opponents were completely different from Hanmi Sheng. Although Hanmi Sheng had been the master of the Hall of Souls and possessed the cultivation of a mid-7-star saint after his resurrection, he was still merely one of the Hun clan's powerful subordinates. The true foundation of the Hun clan had not yet made its move. The real monsters were still waiting. Even with his current strength, Xiao Yan understood that he could not afford to lower his guard for even a single moment. After all, standing somewhere on that battlefield were Hun Tiandi himself, the Nihility Devouring Flame, and several ancient experts whose strength was enough to shake the entire Do-Chi continent. Any one of them could become Xiao Yan's next opponent. The pressure hanging over the battlefield became heavier and heavier. The atmosphere itself seemed to freeze. Every expert understood that what had happened so far was merely the beginning. The truly decisive confrontation had not yet arrived. Even the deaths of numerous saints were only a prelude to the coming storm. Xiao Yan slowly clenched his fist. Within his body, his Do-Chi surged like an endless ocean, while his divine state spiritual strength quietly spread across the battlefield, constantly observing every movement made by the Hun clan's strongest experts. He knew perfectly well that the next battle could determine not only his own fate, but the fate of the entire Do-Chi continent. One careless mistake could plunge the whole continent into darkness forever. His eyes gradually became calm once again. No matter how powerful the enemy was, no matter how desperate the coming battle might become, he had absolutely no intention of retreating. He had already come this far. There was only one path left before him. Fight. Fight until the very end. Fight until the Hun clan was completely destroyed. Only then could the countless years of bloodshed finally come to an end. It can truly be said that this was the moment when Xiao Yan's first genuinely massive confrontation with the Hun clan truly began. A war that would eventually lead him to the final step on his journey toward becoming a Do-Di. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you in the next video.